Yeah, so we wanted to, obviously in our team we had Siji, Sylvan and Tausif. And I think from the very beginning we wanted to experiment with physical gestures. So obviously we've done mouse and keyboard, we've done touch, so we wanted to experiment with something brand new. And I think from the initial concepts, for some reason, we chose Castle. And yeah, the other thing that was very important is to try and sort of use our existing in-house skill set as much as possible. So obviously, thanks to Tomasz, we found quite a good SDK and sort of became with libraries from the very beginning. So that kind of was the technology side, which I'll talk about in a sec. And then obviously the other sort of challenge was to, we knew there would be a challenge from the very beginning, was to understand how sort of the physical gestures work, because nobody here really had any experience with that, with waving and all of this sort of stuff. And obviously, so the process that we went through was obviously agreeing on the brief, which was very easy. Then we bought the Kinect. Again, that was easy. Finding the framework was a bit more challenging. Installing it was quite challenging as well. And then obviously we just went through our normal process, wireframing, design, and coding. So, yeah, we did, yesterday we were sort of sitting down going through the two frameworks that we felt would be the most realistic ones to use. But obviously Kinesis was a lot more suitable because it uses HTML and CSS and JavaScript and things that we are familiar with, whereas OpenNI was more sort of geared towards
games and desktop applications
and sort of desktop and
web friendly
consoles. It's not, yeah, exactly. It's just not web friendly. So we did find some great articles though about OpenNI should we want to use it in the future, which is that has been quite a good learning curve for us. One of the, so the second sort of biggest lesson was understanding how the sort of the bounds work, which are basically areas that we define in the code. So that's essentially where, you know, interaction would happen, and that's where another interaction would happen.
Where they would start actually, it's the starting point of any gesture. You don't want all the screen to be responsive to a swipe, for example, because if you're in the middle and move left, the screen's going to start scrolling. So you want them to be activated only when you start from one of the area. So from right and then swiping left, it's a trigger. Yeah, and it's kind of like it works in reverse. So the next challenge was to try and understand, you know, how, because we had a look at some icon sets, and although there were some good ones out there for sort of physical gestures, there wasn't really one that we felt sort of explained in an easy way how to sort of do what. So obviously this is just the first attempt, but essentially what we're trying to say here is we want the user to move the hand sort of to the left, to swipe the artwork to the right. So it's kind of everything works in reverse, if that makes sense. And obviously that was quite challenging to get our heads around. And the same kind of here, obviously in order to move the artist down, you have to raise your hands up and then sort of move them down. So even though it's kind of a downwards movement, the hands need to sort of start over there, whereas all the icons that we saw were sort of in reverse. We didn't really feel that made any sense. We created our own icons, and this is kind of like the first screen that we're trying to educate people on how they should scroll through, because people won't know what to do when they first come in, and it's quite hard to try and, I guess we're trying to minimise the trial and error. That's why we felt it would make sense to put a help screen. And obviously now we're ready to see the project and hopefully get one of you guys to jump on and play around with it, and hopefully it will work. This area is like an interactive area where you need to stay set for 3 seconds to start the application. And you then land on the first
artist, and where we can browse the artwork of that artist by doing left gestures. And so you have the artwork in full screen. And you have another interactive area where if I say hi, you get more detail about the artwork. Content to be provided by the client. And that's it. So we get five images for each focus. Go, and then that was the left gesture, and then we need to use the other hand to go back. Browse. So again, you see that's why I'm always starting in this area. If I were to be in the center and still do this right gesture, it would then detect that's the bounds area where it's missing before. Because otherwise, if I were to do that, the screen would keep scrolling, whether it's something natural. So we define an area that's kind of the 20%, it's all configurable, the 20% on the left and on the right and on the top and on the bottom of those movements being detected. And then there's also the down movements where you use both hands and go to the next artist, see the artwork.